Hello, all divine souls, beautiful souls. I hope you are enjoying your spiritual journey. Today, we shall see a very important topic in your spiritual journey, and that is understanding the self. Now, as you can see in the diagram, there are various parts of the self. We will understand each of them. The higher self. This is the highest version of your soul, the divine and the purest form. It is also connected to universal consciousness or divine white light. The divine feminine aspect of the soul is what we shall understand now. A person is called as a divine feminine if the higher three chakras are more active or balanced, spinning in the right direction and at the right speed. I am talking about divine feminine energy, which can be embodied in any body. It could be a male body or a female body. Same way, when we talk of the divine masculine energy, if a person's lower three chakras are more active, here his person is on a divine spiritual journey as a divine masculine. Now, the part of the self above is in the fifth dimension, which is not seen but only felt. So, as we know, the physical body is only in the third dimension. Rest all bodies are in the fifth dimension. This part in the 5D is the actual self, the real me, which is closely connected to the higher self. Now, as a rule, when our attention, living or consciousness is based on 3D aspects, then our self is quietened. I repeat, as a rule, when our attention or consciousness is based on the 3D aspects, that is third dimensional or the matrix or the material life, then our self is quietened. Our higher self is quietened. When we turn our attention to our real self, that is our higher self, then it communicates with us or is active. It can communicate with higher divine powers. Now, once a person disconnects from his 3D aspect and is aligned with his higher self, it is at this stage he attains peace and balance in life. And this peace is, trust me, divine peace. Okay, now one easy way to achieve this alignment is by communicating clearly with every 3D aspect, that is your mind, your body and your brain, and removing blockages from it. I understand we have blockages since multiple lifetimes at mind, body and brain level. There are various tools and techniques available, which I will be taking each in upcoming sessions. So few of them I would like to highlight here are doing Ho'oponopono prayer, root cause analysis, reasoning practices, comparative study of your own self study, self analysis, not with others but your own self, understanding your own self, loving and facing the truths of your internal reality. These are certain ways of removing blockages from the 3D aspect. A very important tool is forgiveness practice. It is extremely important. Talking to your 3D aspect as if they are your friend. You love your body, you talk to your body, you talk to your mind, you talk to your brain. Of course, it will retaliate. You will get comments, you will get retaliation, you will get opposition. And how do you handle it? By giving it the right direction, by explaining things to it, because your soul knows the right thing, your internal self knows the right thing. You are talking to mind, body, and brain, which is nothing but a combined ego self. So, when you're talking to yourself, ego self, or your mind, body, and brain, and giving it the right direction, you are removing multiple blockages. You are not opposing it and creating more frustration towards yourself. You're getting into alignment and at a happier space and coming in peace and balance with your 3D self. In order to heal any part of your ego self or chakras, as I said, you can do Ho'oponopono prayer and self talk, connecting with higher self, and then helping you heal it, sending love to any part of your ego body or your physical body, talking it as if it's your friend, explaining, discussing, analyzing, brainstorming, and then releasing issues that are bothering you. Okay. Now, understanding your connection to the universe is very important. Your higher self is connected to the universal consciousness. When you feel anything, or pray, or wish, or imagine, all these are fifth dimension communications with your higher self. Your higher self plans how it can be given to you. When you do injustice, or are in pain, are in hurt, or anger, or any low vibrational frequency, your higher self doesn't like it. It detests it. And that is the reason we feel uncomfortable in low vibrational behavior. Higher self speaks to us through feelings. And if you do some meditation practices and develop intuition, you can clearly hear the voice of your higher self. Your higher self has been with you since the birth of your soul and will be the only thing till the end of your soul, that is liberation. It is seen all the lifetimes and has complete knowledge of yourself. Your mind, body, or your brain are not your identity. You are your soul, your higher self. So, how do you experience communication with it? The space between two thoughts, or simply put, the thoughtless state experienced in meditation or simply in relaxed state. That is when you connect with your higher self. When you go this deep in meditation, where you become thoughtless, always have a book and a pen aside with you and write down all that comes to your mind. At this stage, your breath will be long, deep. Your mind will be peaceful. Now, all that comes to your mind, or in visions or feelings, invariably, where you are not thinking about anything, but ideas just flow into you. You are only in the listening or observing stage. This is clearly called as intuition. Now, many people don't understand if an idea coming up to them is an intuition or it is a result of the thinking from their mind. So, as I have explained above, one can identify what is an intuitive idea. Once you start living life based completely on your intuition, also called as a soul based life, you experience unlimited freedom from stress, depression, worry, and you also attract all kinds of abundance in life, because now you are not attached to even your own thought. You're not attached to your body and your mind. You identify yourself by your soul. Then, if you're not even attached to your own thought, definitely you are not even attached to the thoughts or the result of the thoughts outside your own self, that is in the worldly matters. You're just not bothered about them. You're not attached to them. You may be working in the waking life with people, but you're not affected by anything. You're not impacted by anything because you're not attached to anything. As we all know, attachment creates any low vibration. It is only attachment to anything that will create a low vibration. So when you are not attached to anything as a result of the thought process, also called as Maya, you're not attached to it. Nothing can impact you. You are soul level. You are at the soul level. You're living at the soul consciousness. You are in complete bliss. At this stage, whatever you think automatically gets manifested, even if you're not doing any manifestation techniques or practices. So, this is the basic intention of your spiritual journey. How can I be a 5D being? How can I be a soul based living entity? How can I live in soul consciousness all the time? Now, there's a very simple way to do it, which I have found in my practices, in my study. You breathe deep and understand your life exists only in this breath. So now you are living in the present moment, right? Your consciousness is only in the present moment. So neither do you have thoughts about past or future. Your breath is your life. Your breath is your reality. This current breath is everything. That's number one. Second step is to look into your heart to whatever divine entity you believe in. For example, I believe in my Gurudev a lot. I'm completely devoted to him. So I see him in the meditative state inside my heart. So that focuses my attention on my heart and my Gurudev. And third step is to be in listening or observing mode as to what is his Adesh for me, or what is his communication to me. And the fourth step is only listening to that. So now in these 4 steps, you are in complete soul based life, soul based living, soul conscious life, or you are a 5D being. This is what I have found in my practices or channeling. This was channeled to me and has really worked for me a lot. This is how I keep myself in 5D. Apart from this, I do not think anything. Thoughts always attach you to 3D. Mind and body always attaches you to 3D. Anything in 3D will create bondages, blockages, and will hinder you from liberation. So, I hope this explanation of self helps a lot, and all the best in your journey. Thank you so much, friends.